Back to third grade. We're starting our triangles chapter. To name a triangle, all you need to do is put a triangle symbol and then the letters that you see. So if I look at the triangle we have, I'm going to call this triangle ABC. Oh, Lord. There we go. Alright. Your vertices are where your sides meet. They're the things with letters. Here is vertex A, here's C, here's B. Sides of triangles are line segments. To name line segments, we use two letters. So that one I'm going to call CA. What's another side of my triangle?
BA.
BA. And one more.
CB.
CB. The angle, yeah, you can call it PC if you want to. The angles are just your vertices with an angle sign in front. So I have angle A, angle B, and angle C. So your vertices and angles are basically the same thing. If I look at angle A, that is this angle right here. This side opposite it is the one that it doesn't touch. Okay? So here, I have this side that is opposite angle A. We're going to call it CB. If I have my side AB, the angle opposite it is the one that it doesn't touch. So what angle would be opposite AB?
CA.
Just one letter for angles.
C.
C. Good. Alright, so those are the parts of our triangles. Your angles and sides, naming triangles, this is probably what you learned way back when. If I have three acute angles in my triangle, we call it an acute triangle. If I have one obtuse angle, I call it an obtuse triangle. If I have a right angle, I call it a right triangle. Ha ha ha. This is probably the one that you haven't heard of before. If you have three congruent angles, we call it equiangular. All it means is that you have equal angles. That's the next one, yeah. If I look at the sides, three congruent sides, that's kind of what you guys are thinking about. That's your equilateral. If I have two congruent sides, you guys know what that is? Isosceles. Nice. And you guys might not have heard this one before. If there are no sides that are congruent,
Scalene.
there we go, scalene. Alright, how are we doing so far? Good. Alright, so we're going to name the triangles by their angles and sides. First off, looking at this one, what kind of angle do I have? A right. And then how many sides are the same?
Two.
Two, so it's a right what? Isosceles. In the middle, what kind of angle do I have? Obtuse. How many sides are the same?
Two.
None.
None. In order for them to be the same, they have to have the little marks on them. Okay? This doesn't have any marks, so none are the same, so we call it scalene. The next one. What kind of angles do I have? Acute. What else? Yeah, you're equiangular. Okay? So all of my angles are the same, so they are equiangular. And then, like, hold up, angular, something like that. And then, what about my sides? Equilateral, yeah, they're all the same too. Here's a helpful hint. Anytime you have equiangular, you have equilateral. Anytime you have equilateral, you have equiangular. No such thing as like acute equilateral or obtuse equilateral. Your equas should always be together. Okay? What kind of angles do I have down here?
Cute.
Acute. How many sides are the same? None, so it's acute. Scalene. Let's skip this one for now. Next one, what kind of angle do I have?
Right. Or no, obtuse.
Obtuse, good. How many sides are the same?
2.
2, so it's an obtuse.
Isosceles.
Nice. Isosceles. Alright. We're going to do this one. All you need to do is draw a triangle. Label it DEF. It does not matter where you put DE and F. Just as long as you label things the right way. So angle D is 150 degrees. DE is 1 inch. And DF is 1 inch. So what kind of angle do I have?
Cute.
Obtuse. I drew an acute one, but the angle is 180. So obtuse, and then what else? You guys had it right. Isosceles, nice. Are you okay if we skip this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine.
Alright. Questions on the first stuff?
No.
Okay. The beginning part of lesson 2 you probably also already know. How many degrees are in a triangle? There you go. That's first half of lesson 2. Add up all of your angles and has to equal 180 degrees. So knowing that they have to add up to be 180, there's a long way to write stuff that you can always do. I can add all of these up, so I can write 63 plus 85 plus x equals 180, and you can solve for x that way. My personal preference is I like to do less work, so I like to do 180 minus the 2 angles you have. So what I would type in my calculator is 180 minus 85 minus 63, and that'll give us a nice lovely answer. Punch in your calculator, let me know what you get. 32? So this guy right here, 32. Okay, using that same sort of logic, what's that box mean?
Right.
How many degrees? Nice. So 180, and subtract your 2 angles that you know. You know 90, you know 61. How much is left for x?
39.
39.
39.
39 is 29.
29?
29.
29. Thanks, Gabe. Alright, here we got a right angle again, so we got 90. You cannot just subtract from 180 because you don't have numbers, you have x things. So we need to add them all up together. So we got 2x plus 3x plus 5 plus the 90, and that has to equal 180. So how much total x do I have?
5x.
5x plus
95.
95, good. Yeah?
Just kidding.
Subtract your 95 and we're left with
17.
85 divided by 5. Then we get 17.
Wait, didn't you just do like 5x plus 5 equals 90? Or 2x, 5x plus...
That's what I was just going to say. If you need this step, that is A-okay. I'm going to jump straight to this step on the next one. Is that okay?
Yes.
Alright, how much total x do I have here?
10x.
10x. And then I have plus 4 and minus 14, so what's my grand total?
-10.
Negative 10, good. And triangles add up to how many degrees?
180.
180. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
what?
So that's just adding all of these up. Equal to 180. Add your 10. Get 190.
19.
And x is 19. Okay. Question so far?
No.
Alright. This next one, it's just kind of about like playing around with different triangles and using that to add up to 180. Okay? So like I look at this little triangle guy, and no matter what size the triangle is, your angles have to add up to 180. Okay, so how would I find the x here?
Adding the 3, 2, 4, 6.
Yeah. They have to add to 180, so 180 minus the 46 minus the 32 leaves me with how much?
102.
102? Really?
Yeah, well, okay.
Okay, so that x is 102. Everybody good there? Okay, throw back to last chapter, or the chapter before that. What do I know about these two angles?
Supplementary.
They're supplementary, which means they add up to.
180.
So how can I find y?
102.
180 minus 102, yeah. Shay, yours is fine, you would just get a negative number, so just make it positive. Leaves me with
78.
78. So this angle, 78. Okay, are we good there?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have this other smaller triangle where I have two angles. I know that the total is 180.
66.
So how am I going to get to z?
66.
180 minus 2.
And you get, what'd you say, Sam?
66.
66.
Wait.
What's up?
Okay, never mind.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. So this linear pair thing is like the lifesaver of that problem. Okay. Questions here?
No.
Okay. Alright, this next one, same thing. It's a lot more wonky. That's okay, we'll work through it. First question. If I have this triangle right here, what's this angle? 90. Okay. In that red triangle, do you notice that I have two angles now?
Yeah.
So how can I find y?
180.
180 minus 90 minus 25 gets me y, which is 65. Okay. Are we good there? Okay. Here's the other helpful thing. In geometry, they give you things that you will use. So like this 20, we should probably use that, which means we're looking at this triangle right here. Everybody see this green triangle?
Yes.
Okay. I have two angles there, so I can find that angle, right? How can I find it? Yeah, I heard the whispers. Which leaves me with 95.
Yeah.
So this angle that's not marked, so it's okay to find unmarked angles, is 95. Now, what do I know about 95 and the x that I'm looking for? They are supplementary. Good. So how am I going to find x? Nice. 180 minus 95 leaves me with 85. Alright. Questions there? Okay. Here, I can find x real easy because I got this triangle When you have right angles, anytime you have a right angle, 180 minus 90 is 90. So if you actually just want to take 90 minus 64, that's cool. Or you can take 180 minus 90 minus 64, you'll get the same thing. If that made no sense to you, just ignore it, pretend I didn't say it. Anywho's, how much is x?
26.
26. Throw back to last chapter. I have arrows. What do the arrows mean? Parallel lines. If this guy's 26, what's this guy? What kind of angles are they? Alternate interior. Alternate interior. So then I have this triangle. And 26, what I found here, so the other angle has to be 64. These two aren't related, like with parallel lines, but math, save yourself some math. And 26, 90, other one has to be 64. Questions there? Okay. Triangles are equilateral. What's it mean to be equilateral?
The other E word.
All of the sides are the same. It also means what else is the same? Are angles, yeah. There are 180 degrees in triangles, right? And how many angles are there in a triangle?
3.
3. So how big is each angle?
60.
60. Okay, so anytime you have an equilateral triangle, all your angles are going to be 60 degrees. So if angle A is 6x plus 18, and I know it also has to equal 60, what should I do with 60 and 6x plus 18?
Equals 60.
Yeah, set them equal. So I have 6x plus 18 equals 60, because I know that's how much each angle is in an equilateral triangle. So 6x equals 42. And x is 7. Nice. Alright. If angle A is 60, how big does angle B have to be?
60.
60. You'll notice I have an x in here. What do you think I'm going to plug in for x?
7.
7. So we got 3 times 7 plus 2y, and you told me it has to equal 60. 3 times 7, go.
21.
Yeah, 21. Plus 2y equals 60. What do we get?
30.
39. Yes, it's a decimal. Yes, it's okay. Life will go on. 19.5. Alright, questions there?
We're done.
No.
Are we doing
You're
anything?
No.
Thanks for watching the video.
This last thing you probably haven't heard of before, but it is not bad at all. If I have an exterior angle, so an exterior angle means I have a side of a triangle that extends past that triangle. Okay, number 1 is outside of my triangle. You all see that? Okay, to find how much this equals, all you need to do is take the angles, not the one next to it, so never take that one. That's like a no-go zone. But the other two, you're going to add these, and it has to equal this. Okay? So the measure of angle 1 has to equal the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3. So notice how it says non-adjacent. So you don't take the angle next to it.
You don't?
No, the other two. What? That's not going to work out.
Then they come
Come on
after
now.
you.
Alright, so if I'm looking for angle 1, I don't want that one, I want these two. I'm going to add them. When I add them, what do I get?
106.
So angle 1 is 106. Alright, looking for angle 2, I'm going to take the ones not next to and add them. What do I get?
39.
How big is angle 1?
87.
87. Add these two together, we get 87. Alright, of course we gotta throw some algebra in there, but it's the same sort of thinking. Take your outside angle. This is my outside one. And it equals, what am I doing with these two?
Inside one.
Yeah, I'm gonna add them, yeah. X plus 45. Subtract x from each side, add 2. I get x to be 47. Okay. Alrighty. What's wrong? How big? Alright, the next one, what's my outside angle? 4x minus 18. And it has to equal what with these two?
The sum.
Yeah, the sum. So 2x plus 6 plus 36. So combined terms over here, we get 2x plus 40. Then just solve for x. Subtract your 2x, add your 18.
How do you get 40?
Oh my bad, 42, sorry. Equals 60, yeah? Yeah, there we go. And x
I didn't
is
notice any.
30.
30. Thank you for catching that. And one more.
No.
This little picture gives you a real life example of a radar tower and an airplane. Sometimes the signal reflects off the ground. It's a thing called clutter. It confuses the real object, called a ghost, all that good stuff. Alright, hopefully you can see on your page, but I'm going to make this a little bit better. So my outside angle is 80. My plane is decreasing at 30 degrees. And the plane to the tower is x degrees. So what's my outside angle? 80. And it has to equal my two inside angles added together. So 30 plus x. Do you agree with that?
Yep.
What's x?
50.
There we go.
Okay, see, but the words in the pictures just make my brain go, no. Like,
Fix your brain.
I wanna
Make it say, oh yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
no.